Loewinger. I'm the Associate Editor for News for the Daily Princetonian. I'm here today with Dr. Ruth, who teaches a seminar, Family in the Jewish Tradition. And we have a very special case, and one of our students, Alexis, is going to be having her Bat Mitzvah at the age of 20. Usually the Bat Mitzvah takes place at the age of 12 for girls, and this decision was inspired by Dr. Ruth in this very class.
Yeah, I didn't even know that thing. It's a wonderful tribute. That has never happened to me in all the years. Not at Yale, not at Princeton. That really, out of the discussion of a seminar on the family in the Jewish tradition came the decision to actually have that ceremony.
How do you feel about finding Judaism later in life, as Alexis said earlier? How does it compare to having a bat mitzvah at the age of 12?
I think you cannot compare it. I think for those children who grow up in a tradition where the boy is automatically bar mitzvah, where the girl only in recent years in the Reform and conservative synagogues became a bat mitzvah that didn't exist before. And now we have more adults who decide that there is something like a milestone of a declaration of belonging to a certain faith and to do the learning with it. That I think that's fantastic. And that this happens at Princeton University is wonderful. Also what it does show is, things have changed. And I'm particularly very sensitive to that because I come out of Nazi Germany. And I know that for a while Princeton did not have many Jewish students. So now to have an actual student going for this commitment ceremony is just fantastic.
And it's also interesting, she said her father grew up Orthodox, and then didn't have a good childhood, abandoned his faith, and she is just finding it now. And you said you've never heard of that before.
Right. And what's so interesting is that father, whatever the reason that he had a difficult time, is supporting his daughter and is going to be here at the Bat Mitzvah, which I think is wonderful. Whatever his problems, that he puts them aside of whatever happened to him, and he is able to rejoice with his daughter. So I think that's wonderful.
Do you think it's even more meaningful to have a bat mitzvah and come to this decision of your own accord, like Alexis has done, rather than go into it at the age of 12 or
That's
13?
A very good question. I can't answer that, because for very many traditional families, there just is no question. A girl in the Reform and conservative movement is going to be bat mitzvah, sometimes at the age of 12, sometimes 13. So I would not say this is better, but I'm saying this is exceptional because here is a decision made as a young adult and followed through and doing all of the studying, and the whole seminar here is going to be there and we'll all rejoice with her.
And how do you feel about it coming from your class? Do you envision future bar and bat mitzvahs arising? Or
I certainly do. I'm going to, wherever I go these days, I'm going to tell about that Princeton seminar of mine on Thursday afternoon, and look what happens. That you can never know any of the unintended consequences that happen when you take things seriously, when you have a wonderful group of students, and I hope that will happen many more times now.
Thanks so much, Dr. Ruth.
Thank you.